I'm a one-take man. So I just saw the new first few episodes of the new show based on the Fallout video game. I don't know if you guys have played that video game. I certainly haven't. It didn't seem very interesting to me. But I checked out the show just to see where it's at. And I was really blown away. I was impressed by not just the quality, the prestige storytelling. It kind of borrows from The Last of Us, which I feel like is frankly beneath this show. It's and I like it because it unintentionally incorporates a lot of philosophy into itself. And I don't think that the writers of this fucking video game show that are ripping off The Last of Us, I don't think for a second they're trying to put on, like, I don't think they're trying to work in 1800s German philosophy, but for some reason this show understands Hegelian dialectics so well. And for those of you who don't know and care for the Reader's Digest version, Hegel, he wrote a thing on the master-slave dialectic, and it was not just about people, masters and slaves generally, but it was about historical development. He posited that, like, that how society was created is that there's this conflict of the master has the right of sovereignty, and sovereignty is the power of life and death, and the master has that power, and he has that power of life and death over the slave. And the dialectic is the slave has to do the work or they'll get killed. But in doing so, the slave learns self-sufficiency, and being a slave gives you a Hegelian level of autonomy, weirdly, of in your life, because you're capable in ways that the master is dependent on slaves to provide for. This show, based on a dang old video game, freaking is so impressive. It embraces this concept so masterfully. I want to talk about this really before other philosophy dorks and other people talk about it, because they very very well may. So the part I want to talk about is in this show, it's the Fallout, so the Reader's Digest version. The bombs go off in 1960, and some people get to survive in vaults, locked away from the radiation. Other people have to live exposed to the radiation. And within this universe, on the outside world, there's this police force, let's say. And we follow one of the characters who is working their way up through the police force, and they've wanted nothing more in their life than to be a knight. But all right, okay. So this guy, he works up to be a knight, and they're called knights, and then their apprentices are squires, and their squires are abused, they're mistreated, they're literally treated as disposable life, and their knight has the sovereignty of life and death, pretty much. But the squire is responsible for maintaining this suit of armor that the knight has. It is a robotic. I imagine that'd be cool in the video game. It's really cool in the show. Please check out the show and watch it, because this is going to sound kind of goofy out of context, but So, and just and so the master servant dialectic is really reflected in the domain of like this one police force and how it works. Like Hegel watching this show would be impressed because it would seem as though this person had read his work. And then you think about it, like there are people who got to be like live in vaults their whole life, literally cloistered away and cut off from having to do the hard fucking slave work of and then this living in the radioactive fallout. The people who have to live in the fallout outside of the vaults are, in a Hegelian sense, slaves, servants, even though, because the people in the vault, they want to save the world. They want to save the world by giving them by being good masters. And so there's that dialectic there where the people in the vault, they don't know shit. They don't know shit. And they are like super sanitary and shit. And then when they get on the outside, no one listens to their rules and shit. And okay, I'm droning on now, but I just wanted to say it before anyone else does. Fallout really understands Hegel and embodies a lot of Hegelian thought in a way that is digestible for normal people who have busy lives. And for people who burden themselves with philosophy, you know, it has a lot of Easter eggs for something that is so accessible. I highly recommend it, and watch out. There's like fucking dragons out there. It's the year of the dragon. Watch out. Ooh, everyone's all scared. Shit. Terrorists.